Good morning. In the month of October, the town of Eureka, Missouri displays scarecrows in front of businesses, the schools, etc. This year they have 200 scarecrows. And so you just drive around town and hunt down these scarecrows. It's kind of fun. And they have a contest where if you take a selfie with the scarecrow and then post it on Facebook, you get entered into a drawing. And technically, you can enter 200 times because there's 200 scarecrows. I did get out and take several selfies, but not all of them because a lot of these, you just have to drive by. Eureka is a medium-sized town. Not all of the scarecrows were in a convenient spot where you could pull over. So I did the best I can to show you the scarecrows, but a lot of these are just filmed in my car. But they've been doing this for at least 5 years now, and I was surprised this year that there was 200 scarecrows. That's a lot of scarecrows. So it's cool that pretty much everyone in the town is getting involved. And so if you go to the website, eurekascarecrowfestival.com, there is actually a list of all the scarecrows, and then someone posted a lot of photos. So if you want to see just photos of these scarecrows to see how creative these businesses in Eureka have gotten, then check out that website. And so they're having contests for individuals, like 3 people will be drawn November 1st to win. I don't know, I didn't look what the prizes are. I assume it's gift certificates. And then you can also vote for your favorite scarecrow, and then that business that wins will get recognition. Probably a plaque and then an article in the local paper. But I was just really impressed with all this creativity. We went on this hunt during the week in the afternoon in hopes that traffic would not be that bad, but traffic was still pretty bad. I don't know. It's just people don't work anymore. You know how the state of the world is. Unemployment is crazy, and apparently everyone is driving around. Not complaining, just observing. It's just because we were going slow a lot, and it's every time we wanted to go slow to take pictures, there was a car behind us not being patient with us. So as much as I had a great time doing this, it did get a little frustrating with impatient people not understanding what we were trying to do. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Eureka, Missouri is the town that has Six Flags, Missouri. Oh, that was a Bruce Lee pumpkin, that one. I really like that one. Six Flags, Missouri. I'm sure you've heard of Six Flags. And so it gets a pretty large crowd because of Six Flags. And because Eureka itself is not that large of a town. But we do get a lot of tourists because of Six Flags. And right now, Fright Fest is going on. This one was good. Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and she's holding a jackhead and those witches. And like I said, there's 200, but we didn't get all 200. Oh, this one was really, really good. This is Mary Poppins, the kids, Bert, the penguins, and my husband could tell you what the kids' names were, and I knew it 2 minutes ago, and now my brain, I don't know. No, it's not. I don't know. So that was my favorite. And then there's one over there. So yeah, they strap these scarecrows down because the weather in October, it can get windy and wet. And this is in front of a music store. So this is a cool skeleton with a guitar. And I'm pretty sure they put that one inside at night because Eureka is not necessarily a high crime town, but it can get some pretty petty crime, car break-ins and stuff. So I definitely would be a little leery about leaving some of this stuff out at night. Excuse me. And then, let's see, what was that? That's made out of like bits and bobs. This is the lion. And so then this is so Eureka has a really cool old main street that has shops and restaurants, and right next to a train tracks that's actually live, so it can get pretty fun. You can get stopped by the train tracks a lot. We drive this Eureka Main Street a lot, and so I'm trying to get video, but there was a lot of cars on Main Street that day. But there's 4 or 5 restaurants and some shops and stuff, and so it's a pretty busy area. See, they have them in front of businesses and then strapped to light posts. And then we pulled over for a second. I got out as much as I could. And I thought that was creative, just taking a rake and decorating it. And then, like I said, they've been doing this for 5 years. So if you do it year after year, you do notice that they will tend to recycle their scarecrows. Nothing wrong with that. If you got a good one, you use it again the next year. And there was other people walking around looking at scarecrows. That's an Easter bunny. Excuse me. A bear, a big stuffed bear. So these look like houses, but this is a business area. Houses that have been turned into businesses. But looking at the website, it did say a couple residential areas had scarecrows. Oh, and look, it's the leg lamp from A Christmas Story. That's my husband's favorite. I didn't go to any private neighborhoods, so. And then this is a conductor on this trolley in a park, Superman at the police station. Here's a bank teller. So yeah, private individuals could have done this, but then I don't think people wanted, thousands of cars driving by their house. So majority of them are just in front of businesses and the schools. So yeah, technically anyone could participate. I don't live in Eureka. I do live near Eureka, but I don't live in this town. I live near it, so I go to it a lot because I go to Six Flags. This is the town that has a Walmart that I go to. This was my absolute favorite. So this was like the swamp thing and the scary guy, and then it was like in this netting, and it just looked like green and beachy and swampy, and I loved it. And then Beauty and the Beast, and now you can start seeing it's raining. And I'm sorry I had to do this terrible voiceover. The day that we were hunting down all these scarecrows, we actually had a lot of great audio, but I spliced it so much that it totally ruined the audio. And so that's why I'm doing a voiceover. Raggedy Ann and Andy. A horse. So if you just wanted to there's a bunch in like a main circle where you could just do a nice leisurely drive to see most of them. And then there's a bunch of side ones that you would have to drive, in the middle of nowhere, which we did. There was a couple ones in like a park that was like 5 miles away. But we definitely didn't get all of them. I thought we got most of them, but when I was getting ready to record this video, I looked at the list real quick, and there was a couple that I'm like, where was that? There's another witch that was talking about don't fly in text. And then this one's that they do this every year, and I really enjoy this one. This is like the local high school band, and they're just the detail is just stunning. It's just they do such a great job. So the schools get together, the kids in the schools get together and do it, and that's just awesome. And this is a little park that has a bunch of little ones. And then I ended up actually getting out and taking selfies with a couple. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's just, I was at Fright Fest all night last night, and it was raining, so I have a bit of a sore throat. I got out because that one right there is Garfield. So I took a selfie with Garfield. Excuse me. And these are, so each one has a laminated tag that tells like what business or what individual did it. Oh, and I took a selfie by this one because this like doll is like so creepy. It's like just a classic porcelain doll dress, and then it has this creepy pumpkin head. Very creative. And this one is a witch hanging in a tree. Popeye and what's her name? Olia? And this was the choir. They do this one every year too. Great job, choir members at the local high school. And they're all named, so like I think you could vote for each individual one. Excuse me. And then this is just, I'm I was usually recording to the right, but this one I'm recording to the left. I think I backtracked to get it on the other side. You know what? I love anytime they put a witch attached to a pole. I don't know why, but I love it. And this is another one of those cases where there was a lady right on my husband's, tailgating us because they didn't understand. They were in such a hurry to the post office. They didn't understand why we were going slow. So it's just like the speed limit throughout this town is 20 anyway. So why anyone had to get frustrated with us when we weren't really ever going below 20 is beyond me. But if you want to, I'm trying to have like a nice video about scarecrows, but talking about the state of the world. What is it about 2021? People are just cranky with each other. They're not nice to each other anymore. It's just, it kind of took a downer on the scarecrow trip because I just, getting honked at and just people riding our tail in this small town where, what are you in a hurry to go? It got a little frustrating, and we finally just got fed up and said, let's go home. But overall, I do like the town of Eureka. All the scarecrows were awesome. I just realized everyone's having a tough time. Everyone's frustrated. But you know what? Don't take it out on strangers. I'm not the reason you're having a tough time. So just remember, be kind to everyone. We're all going through this together. And there's no reason to be jerks and honk at someone because they're going a little slower than you would like. And so we're back on this main street. I'm now getting the right side. And I think we pull over and park and get closer on a couple because this street was getting pretty busy. I couldn't get those because these people getting out of their vehicle. So we do park. Oh, that's a classic Dracula. So we do get out and I walk and then it starts raining. And then, so here is a nice banner and it says Go St. Louis. So what Go St. Louis is a running organization. And this weekend, they are having a Halloween run in Eureka. They have like a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon. I've done it in the past. I'm not doing it this year because it is crazy crowded and I just don't want to be around that many people right now. I'm still worried. I don't want to catch any sickness. So no race for me, but I do find it interesting because the the Go Festival is a St. Louis organization, and it's usually sometimes they run it downtown. I've done the Halloween race when it's running downtown by the Arch. Sometimes they do it at Forest Park, but this year they brought it to Eureka. It is a strange move, and I believe the main reason they're doing it is because, excuse me again, it's not safe downtown St. Louis anymore. The crime rate has just went up crazy. They don't really like to talk about it in the news, but trust me, this is why the Go Festival is here, because of security reasons. Because Eureka is extremely safe compared to downtown St. Louis and Forest Park. Forest Park is a great park, but it gets a lot of car break-ins. People get accosted jogging. Oh my God, I keep turning this video into depressing. You know what? I'm sorry. It's just the way of the world. Beetlejuice. This was my second favorite one because I love Beetlejuice, and that mask is creepy. Here is a lacrosse player in front of the bank. That one was cool. There's Ralphie from A Christmas Story. So 2 different people did characters from A Christmas Story. That made my husband happy. Classic Angel. A doctor in front of a doctor's office. Very original there. But at least they did something. Me and my husband argued. I said that was a cat. He said that was a rabbit. I still say it's a cat. Here's a this one I really liked. So it was a Jack Skeleton, and that's an orthodontist. They put braces on him. I thought that was cute. And there's the guy from Farmers Insurance. They did a great job making it look like the guy from Farmers Insurance commercial. Frankenstein Bride. Just store-bought scarecrows. And then Flower Lady. There's a couple displays with store-bought scarecrows. This one's cute. It's a hot water heater at a plumber's office. I love it. I didn't record a lot of the store-bought scarecrows because, in my opinion, this is an awesome Tin Man. I actually ended up voting for this one. It was either this or Mary Poppins, but I didn't see Mary Poppins on the list, so I voted for the Tin Man. This is at a car dealership. So anyway, I was talking about the people who just bought the store-bought scarecrows. I appreciate you doing it, but that kind of is just a cop-out. you know, I appreciate the people who actually made their scarecrows more than someone who just bought a scarecrow and put it up in front of their business. This one, she's like, is that a like praying mantis? I love that. That's really cool. And then this is just like a classic scarecrow with this classic camper. This is like an actual business that sells campers. So I'm like, yes, bring out the retro camper. That is awesome. And this is the last couple. There's Where's Waldo. And then at the end, this is it. I make sure sweating with the oldies. What's that guy's name? I know it, and I can't think of it. And then one more. Anyway, there's a E.T. and Robert's like, who's that? That's not. Yes, that's E.T. Yes, that's E.T.